Oh boy, 3 in the morning, Friday morning. What can I say? I didn't plan to go detecting today, but picture this, right? I'm sitting down in front of the computer. I've got a home office, and the guy above me, the neighbour's got this squeaky bed, and like I'm hearing squeaks, squeaks, squeaks. You know, this is like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, oh, he's probably masturbating. Bloody hell, you know. So it's all very quiet. You know, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, squeak, squeak, squeak. You know, it's pretty loud. He probably is not expecting that I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, sitting quietly on the computer just doing some stuff. Anyway, so I'm thinking, well, you know, not a good situation here when someone, you know, you can hear someone masturbating above you. So I'm thinking, stuff it. You know, I might as well go for a detect in that case. Just, you know, I'll leave him alone. I can't really concentrate here anyway. So I just open I've got like a back office door. I open the back office door, and that, which is right under his window, because I just wanted to see what the weather's like. It's you know, by the time it's like 2:30 in the morning, I open it, and I can hear, and it's actually not masturbating at all. He's actually got a bird in there, which is amazing, because I haven't actually seen this guy. There's 3 guys in there, upstairs, 3 neighbours, you know, good guys, you know, very, very quiet. I've never ever seen a bird in there. But anyway, yes, I can hear this bird, and all of a sudden slap, and I'm thinking, okay, man, good on you, cowboy, time to go. So yeah, so here I am. So look, I'm leaving them in peace, you know, good on them. I just hope that he adds an extra thrust from me. I'm going to get something to eat now. All this action's making me quite hungry. I'm going to go to Hungry Jack's, which is in South Melbourne. So being in South Melbourne, there's a couple of little places that I like to go there, particularly near, like I go to Hungry Jack's, I always, you know, drive through, and then I just park down near a park, and there's a footpath and a nature strip with the parking meters, and usually you find some cash or some other things around there. So look, that's the plan. Like I said, I've kind of been driven out of home at this stage. I don't know exactly what the plan is, because if Hungry Jack's, I'll park, have a bit of a snoop around near on the footpath, maybe try local parks, maybe go to the beach. I'll see how I go today. Normally on Thursdays I would go to St Kilda Beach for the African drumming, but obviously that's finished. Last week was actually really good in terms of finds, but stuff it. You know, I just thought, today, you know, couldn't be stuffed. I had some stuff to do on the computer, so I thought I'd leave it at that. So yeah, I'm tempted to go to the beach. It's Muscles here, it says 21 degrees, although it's not actually that, you know, when I went outside, it's actually pretty chilly than that. So yeah, so look, we'll see how we go. No plans as yet. I'll keep you informed. Now that we're cruising along to today's adventure, I'd like to take this time to discuss the topic of the day. Now, the topic of today is international metal detecting. What I mean by that is, I'd like to get a debate, a discussion happening which talks about, or gets input really, about which country is best for metal detecting. Now, this is going to be of most relevance to the people who actually travel overseas with the detectors to hunt. It's a topic that's relevant to me, and it's something that I've thought about just recently when planning for my European holiday. After doing some analysis about what the different European countries offer in terms of metal detecting, I've come to the conclusion that, and I'm actually proud to say this, Australia seems to be the best place for metal detecting. Now, yeah, I know, you're probably saying, oh yeah, that's because you're from Australia, I disagree, blah blah blah. And fair enough. I'd love to hear your comments, so post them below and let me know. There's clearly no right or wrong answer here, and I'm not creating this topic as a head swell just to, you know, just to say how good it is to be in Australia as I am, but I've got my reasons, and I'd like to explain them to you, okay? Now, there are 2 main points. One of them is in regards to
the legality of metal detecting. By default, I just assumed that metal detecting would be legal all over the place because, well, it is here in Australia pretty much. Whenever I go with my metal detector, whether it's going to be to the beach, to the park, just anywhere, um, considering, thinking or being concerned about whether the police will stop me or whether I can or can't or if there's going to be issues, it just hasn't ever occurred. Now that I'm doing some research into Europe, I'm actually finding, well, hey, this is actually not as clear cut as it is in Australia. There are some countries which outright ban metal detecting. Now, I've done a little bit of research on the internet, and some of these countries include Croatia, Libya, uh, Mongolia. I mean, look, these are just examples. The point is that there are many different countries where metal detecting is banned outright. Of most relevance to us metal detectorists are those countries which which many of us live in actually, where metal detecting is restricted in some respects. Now, many European countries, the one that I go to every year is Poland, well, there are question marks there. Yes, it's legal, sort of, in some places, not others. Um, there's a lot of issues here, and to be honest with you, for me personally, I find that very stressful because the laws aren't really that clear. The laws change as well. In fact, new laws have been introduced on the 1st of January 2017. I'm sorry, 2018. That's making things even more confusing, and it's getting to the point where it's illegal to actually search for relics. That is the law in Poland. Now the question is, well, what is a relic? What would be considered a relic? Whereabouts is it illegal? Local park or at the beach. I mean, God forbid if you find a relic at the beach, and if you get caught by the police, well, then you're screwed. I mean, the fines are pretty heavy. In fact, apparently, there's even jail term. There are other areas which are clearly a problem. Now, these are the archaeologically or historically sensitive areas. Now, these aren't just in Poland, but we're talking Germany, we're talking about Poland, France, numerous other areas where wars have been taken place in the past. They're obviously areas which are no-nos. Now, if you're a local, you probably know which those areas are, so good for you. But if you're a tourist, well, you don't. So that's an added factor which causes a problem, an issue when you're traveling overseas. Now, once again, referring back to Australia, doesn't matter where you're from. If you're coming to Australia, that's just not a problem. You don't have to worry about whether metal detecting is legal in Australia. It is. You don't have to worry about which areas of Australia metal detecting is legal. It's practically legal everywhere, perhaps not national parks, but I mean, that's just national parks, and in national parks, well, I mean, most things are illegal. I mean, you shouldn't rubbish, you shouldn't pull plants out. Basically, national parks should be left untouched. So that's quite obvious. So there's not much you can do there anyway. There's pretty much clarity in there, but everywhere else, it's definitely legal. Beaches, normal parks, playgrounds, footpaths, whatever it may be, not a problem. Overseas, not the case. Other countries request permits. Now, you can imagine being a tourist and then, trying to get a permit. Where do you go? I mean, once again, if you're a local, not a problem. You know the language, you know the law, you know which council or which department to go to. What if you're a tourist going to Holland or Germany or country X? Where do you start? So, an additional issue, an additional problem, an additional factor to consider, which kind of, well, adds stress to what should really not be a stressful hobby. Now, the other factor which I have found to be very important is the potential for fines. Yes, it's true, when it comes to historical fines, Australia is not, is not ranked up there in the top, because we just don't have the history. So you won't find a Roman coin, you won't find, a 500-year-old relic in Australia, because we civilized Australia hasn't been around for that long. But when it comes to coins, that is a different ballgame. The highest denomination coin in Australia is the $2 coin. Firstly, the Australian dollar is relatively strong compared to other currencies. It's not like, say, a Jamaican currency. I in fact found a Jamaican $20 coin in Melbourne, which is practically worthless. $20, wow, seems like a lot, practically worthless. Now, an Australian $2 coin would be the equivalent of about $1.80 US, maybe $1.70, $1.50 euros. So reasonable. But the beauty of the Australian $2 coin is actually one of the smallest. I think just slightly bigger than the 5-cent piece. But in contrast to the 5-cent piece, it's actually one of the heaviest, certainly a lot heavier than the 5-cent piece. The implication of that is that it is incredibly easy to lose, particularly on the beach, because if a $2 coin falls out of your pocket or slips out of your hand, because it is heavy, it's going to fall quite deep into the sand, and because it's only very, very small, it's going to be quite difficult to find. Not surprisingly, the $2 coin, for me personally, and I think also for many other people whose videos I have watched who are based in Australia, tends to be the most popular coin to find. So that's actually quite good. So this is clearly a situation where size does matter, because in contrast, if we take the largest of the spendable coins in Australia, the 50-cent piece, well, that tends to be the least popular find. Now, let's compare that to other countries around the world. What I have found in many other countries around the world, as the denomination becomes larger, then the size of the coin becomes bigger. A case in point is Switzerland, which uses the Swiss franc. Although the Swiss franc is stronger than the Australian dollar, where one Swiss franc will get you 1.3 Australian dollars, roughly, the largest denomination there is 5 Swiss francs, which is the equivalent of $8. So if you find a 5 Swiss franc coin, well, that's like finding 4 $2 coins here in Australia. However, the 5 Swiss franc is absolutely huge, so it's a lot bigger than the 50-cent piece. So I'm telling you that I would put my bottom dollar that I would much sooner find 4 $2 coins than 1 5 Swiss francs. So look, just to summarize everything that I've been saying, I feel that Australia is probably the best destination from what I know of for metal detectors, only because we have the most area to search. It is the least restrictive places for metal detecting, and also the denomination is quite strong, and the likelihood of finding the highest denominations of coins here in Australia is going to be considerably higher than it is in a lot of the other countries. This is my opinion, this is my view. Please tell me what you think, and compare it to the country where you're from. Well, I'm here here amongst the construction zone. I've just eaten my Hungry Jacks. I thought this was going to be some rubbish, but it's actually 20 cents. It's been here for a while, so that's already a good start. What I'm basically doing is I'm just tinkering around and going, I went in there, they're building the road there, they're putting a new surface in, so I thought, oh look,
they've dug it up a bit. I'll check through there. There's nothing really in there. They have put in over here, once again they've dug that up as well, new soil there, so I thought I'll check that. So I've been tinkering around. I haven't found anything, and now I'm making my way here through the garden, and I've just found 20 cents. So yeah, it's a good start. You know, we've got something, an old 20 cents. So I'll be here maybe about half an hour. Like I said, there's Muscles parked over there, so he's sitting there quietly. I've been fed, so I'm fine. Got myself a drink as well. So yeah, so I'm ready to go pretty much. Just over there, you can see where I dug the previous hole. I've got something here. In fact, I'm getting a few signals here. So what I'll do, I'll just place the camera down and I'll start to dig my way, yeah, right around there somewhere. So this might take a little while. Well, it's a 79 on the Garrett, so that will probably be 20 cents. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of points in here, because I'm getting a few signals. Even an 83. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, this is very cruddy. Another 20 cents. You really can't see it that well. There's the backing of it, Queen Elizabeth, but yeah, it's a 20 cents. Just can't see it. It must have been here for a long time. But I'll just check, because like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if there is something else in here. That was a very quick find actually. Just have a couple more swings. Nope, that's it. I'm getting all sorts of signals here. Here's one. Whoa. Whoa, here's another one, it seems. Okay, well that's one of the signals. Let's have a look at this one. Geez, the signals all over the place. What I'll do, I'll put the camera down. Oh, 10 cents. Old 10 cents. $2. this might be interesting here. I'll just adjust the camera a little bit. Come on. Hopefully you can see that. Right in this spot there. So we've got, so far we have that and that. Very easy, very good signals, very easy to find. I'm starting to like this place. Oh, here it is. Oh, just nothing major here. Aluminium maybe. Oh, there's more. We have more. Oh, that's just a part of a bottle top. Oh, more. Jeez, what is this? Bit of everything in here. Okay. Ah, just some rubbish. Oh god, still more. Bloody hell. Well, 3 bits of rubbish. Yep, more rubbish. That's it, just a whole heap of rubbish. Just crap, total crap. Righto, 84 signal here. So it's a fill. Whoa. Oh, another signal there. What the hell? Okay, that's, I just put the pinpointer down and I got a squeak, beep, whatever. That's what it is, so that's just a bit of rubbish there. We'll just chuck that. I'm concerned because there's a few bottle tops here. But anyway, this is 84. Hopefully it's not going to be a bottle top, although there isn't any discriminate. Oh, bingo. $1, cool. So it's $1. And I'll just move that there. Is there anything else? Nope. Oh, yes there is. Gosh, this park's coming up with the goods. I'm liking it. Okay, hang on, there's something here. Oh, I think it's... Wait. Oh yeah, it's probably this stuff. Yep. Yep. Oh, again. Uh-huh. So I'm cleaning up. Not just some coins. She's getting signals all over the place here. I'm just randomly now searching. I don't know what it is. Just, I keep putting the pinpointer down and it keeps beeping. It's somewhere here. Probably going to be some crap because it's very, very small. Looks like it's really, really small. Maybe some screw. Yeah, it's some screw or something. I can't even find it. See, the beauty of live digs. Anyway, it's probably going to be some rubbish. I'm not going to waste your time. But look, there's the dollar and some rubbish for the collection. Well, I'm getting some mixed signals here. One of them's 83, which should be $2. But as you can see, almost wherever I touch, I'm getting signals. So I've dug quite a bit there already. I've almost dug the whole garden up. But there are signals all over the place here. A lot of it, look, yeah, a lot of it's rubbish, but as you can see, we're certainly pulling out some goodies as well. Sorry if you're not seeing the torch very well. I think it's going to be time to change the batteries, but hang on. This part here is area of interest to me actually. Oh, glass, boy. Where are the gloves when I need them? I have to be very careful because there's car glass here. Is that it? Gee whiz, strong signals there. Come on. Oh, here we go. That's probably what it is. Oh gosh. A can. Oh boy, it's a big one. Yeah. Okay, that's a can. Diet Coke, haven't seen that for a while. We'll just... What else have we got here? Oh, strong signal there. Oh, here we go. 10 cents. Another very old 10 cents. Well, I hope that... Oh, okay. I was going to say, I hope that can wasn't the 83, because, like I said, this is the area of interest, not over there. But it could be... This could be it. This may be it. Oh, no, it's not. Shit. Oh no, maybe that's it. Come on. It was a very clear signal, actually. So I'd be surprised if it's not $2 or $3. Sorry, $2 or $3. $1 or $2. It was fairly shallow as well. Oh no. Yeah, that'll be right. This is so old that my discrimination doesn't even... Yeah, that's it. Well, we got 10 cents out of that. So, Yeah. Even though there's a lot of rubbish, I'm actually having fun here because almost wherever I get the signal, amongst the crap, I'm actually finding some stuff. 10s and 20s mainly, but there is the occasional dollar. So yeah, there's certainly not a boring place, that's for sure. Getting a few signals here. One of them's 83. That's the one that's of interest to me. 83 is going to be $2 usually. Oh no, or it could be this. Yep, looks like that's it, but there were a few other signals in there as well. Like I said, that was the one that was of interest to me. Okay, let's have a look. What is this? I'll just put it, hang on, I'll put it on the really, hang on, I'll put it on the number 1, make my job easier. Okay, it's in there somewhere. Where are you? Still can't find it. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's it. Crap. So that explains, that accounts for all the different signals. Look, I've pretty much done the perimeter of this little garden here. So I'll hit the park now. I'll have a look. Maybe on the, look, I've done the nature strip a few times already in the past. I normally park just over here. I couldn't park there today because they're obviously constructing. So look, yeah, I'm going to leave the nature strip. That's been done a few times, but I'll hit the park. Hopefully we'll find something, and then we'll head somewhere else. I found $2. Just, yeah, still in that garden. Look, I'm not filming, doing live digs of every single signal now, because I'm just getting signals all over the place. And thankfully I'm not, because for every 3 signals, only about a 1 is a good one. So it just so happens that this one was it. I did get a couple of other signals. I just found some more rubbish. But look, I can hear something in there. It may be $2, but it seems like there's a tiny little bit of discrimination that it may be a pool table or something. So just bear with me here while I make an incision. Hang on, I'll have to put the camera, I'll stand the camera up. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Oh yes. Again. Ha! Love it. Love it. Yep, that's it. As I said, look, I've done this nature strip a few times now, and look, and I found a fair few coins here, because there are what do you call it, ticket machines here, and you'd be surprised. So if you're in an area where there's ticket machines and there's yeah, just always check, just always check, because I'm surprised how many coins I found, even around the actual ticket machine itself. So like I said, look, I wouldn't actually come out of my way to come here, but Hungry Jack's is just around the corner, and yeah, and I just park around the corner and have a bit of a hunt around. So this is a really good location. So I'm often here, not for very long, maybe half an hour or so, but I'm here quite often. You know, whenever I'm feeling hungry in the middle of the night, I just come here and I just do this bit by bit. So I did a different section today, which is where I'm finding all these different coins. The problem with this park is it's across the road from a nightclub, which is in itself a problem. It's actually quite good, but there's a lot of bottle tops. So that's the issue here. Yeah, a lot of bottle tops. So I'm getting masses of signals, as you saw yourself, but a lot of it's rubbish. Plus some of them are good ones too. So that's why I keep checking. I'm not going to be filming every single time now, because I don't want to bore you guys, you know. But that's the thing. So yeah, so this is becoming really good fun. So thank you, Guy. You know, the guy upstairs who was pumping that bird, man. I love you. Like I said, you know, if you don't want to add an extra thrust from me, that's okay, man, because I'm really having a good time here, so thank you. Well, I've just moved about 2 meters from the previous hole, which is just over there. I'm up here, 84, so that could be $1. It seems to be, or it could be this, nice and shallow. Looks like it's nice and shallow. So let's have a look. So hopefully this will be a quick extraction, and I'm really wanting to go into the actual park. I still haven't gone into the park. Like I said, this is a great little night. Weather's actually pretty good. There's no breeze at all, no wind, it's fairly quiet. It's a Thursday night, I think it's about 4 o'clock in the morning now. So, oh, bingo, there it is, I can see that. $1, yeah, there we go, 84, $1. So, yeah, those ticket machines are really good. Not if you're parking, but it is if you're metal detecting, because $1 and $2 is what you normally find with those. So I'm going to keep going. Obviously I haven't done this nature strip very well, so I'm just going to have a few more little swings here, and then hopefully I'll get into the actual park. I've just stepped into the park here. That's where I was, it's nature strip, and I've just footpath, and I've just in. I'll tell you what, there'll be a bit of construction happening here, because I'm getting sort of signals all around here. I get the feeling they might be 1 or 2 cent pieces, as well as perhaps some decimals. So what I'm going to do, I will actually turn the camera off, because this is going to be very, very uncomfortable, and it might take a little bit of time, because it's not in one particular spot that I'm getting signals. Although, hang on, I'll try this first. Yeah, see, it's not exactly too shallow, because the pinpoint I can't even feel. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay, look, we'll try this one. This is nice and shallow at least. But I'm getting a few signals in this area here. They're interesting. They're high 80s, low 90s, so they're always interesting. Oh, 2 cents. Well, there you go. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, 2 cents I think is a 91 from memory. So yeah, there was a 91 in there. but that's a good sign. I like getting these. It means that this place hasn't been hunted. Well, it has. It's been checked by me, to be honest. But like I said, I certainly haven't done this park comprehensively. I do it bit by bit, for about half an hour at a time. It's only a very, very small park, and I'm very limited with what I can do because it's now 4 o'clock in the morning, and the traffic is now starting to, although that doesn't look like much traffic, but it's starting to build up. So you can only do this unless you like being the center of attention. Generally, I like being the center of attention, but but not when I'm detecting. It's just a distraction. That's all. But anyway, point is, I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to check out a few of these holes in here. I'll dig a few of the holes and hopefully I'll find something because I'm getting a few signals and I'm going to have to dig a few holes here. But anyway, 2 cents, looks like a nice one. So fingers crossed. Well, I'm just having a bit of a rest here, having a drink. There. Oh boy, this is thirsty work. When I went outside, as I said before, right at the beginning, and I heard that bloke slapping that bird across the arse. Well, I didn't, go out there to hear that. I just went out there to check the temperature. It seemed a bit chilly at the time, so I'm rugged up. I've got a t-shirt on, but I've got my favourite top on. Anyway, but now that I'm here, crouching, squatting, digging, all that stuff, it's actually getting a little bit warm. No breeze at all, no wind, so absolutely beautiful weather. But what I wanted to show you was just what I found in that little section. Sorry, as I said, the traffic, I don't know what time it is, 4 o'clock, something like that, maybe 4:15, but traffic's starting to pick up now. I'll turn this on. So, yes, so apologies about the noise, but anyway, this is what I found. So, three 2-cent pieces. So a bit of a 2-cent spill. A key, that was the 84. I did say there was an 84 in there, so that key is the 84. I did say there were a couple of 1 or 2 cent pieces. Well, in fact, there was more than a couple. There's 3, and these are the 2 cent pieces. And I also found a dirty old 10 cents. Oh, and this as well. I can't remember what that rang up. But that was in that little section there. So they weren't on top of each other by any means, but they were very, very close. They were within maybe a radius or diameter, whatever you call it, of maybe 20 centimeters. So yeah, so that's it. Traffic's now starting to pick up, as I said. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably go home. Maybe I'll just have a few more swings here. But look, as I said before, center of attention, I don't really care. I used to do seminars and I used to have like hundreds of people staring at me. So it's no real big deal. I'm not scared of people. But yeah, when you're creeping around late at night with a detector, head torch and so forth, in a fairly sort of airy, well, in a park, where you're by yourself in a park and there's lots of people staring at you, you never know, they might call the police or just stuff like that. I mean, you know what it's like these days. So that's why, like I said, when it comes to detecting, particularly late at night, creeping around, squatting, digging in the ground, putting things in, taking things out, prefer not to do that. But look, very, 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 look, I'm really, really happy at the moment with this hunt. So yeah, so look, I haven't come out a millionaire, haven't found any rings, haven't found any pre-decimals. In fact, I found more 10-cent pieces than $1 coins. In fact, I found more 2-cent pieces than $2 coins. But that's not the point. The point is that it wasn't frustrating. The point is that these were shallow finds, these were easy digs, regular signals, really quick. There's lots of, certainly nothing boring. In fact, so much so that I normally like to do live digs. I don't know, I guess. I don't know, that's live, it's live. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. But like I said, in this case, I just thought to conserve the battery as well as just not to drive you nuts. I thought, look, I'm just getting too many signals, I won't do it. By the way, considering the amount of time that the camera's been on, as you've noticed, the battery hasn't run flat. I am actually trying to overcome that, the battery issues. I've got a couple of strategies for that. So this is for you people who are considering maybe using an action camera. I really love this camera, I really do, because not just is it a camera, but it's also a what do you call it? Well, camera and a video thing, you know, it makes videos and camera. Now you might say, well, but the mobile phone does that as well. Yeah, I know it does. But I'm not one of those mobile phone freaks that does everything, you know, with a mobile phone, you know. Probably some people even have sex with their mobile phones. I just use it, as I said, I just use it, you know, to make calls, for the alarm, and that's practically. I don't even use it for the internet. So, you know, I'm old school in that respect. So yeah, no, but this is really good anyway, because I can film as I'm going to the location, so I can film. Some of you who aren't from Melbourne, maybe if you're overseas, maybe if you want to see a bit of Australia, a bit of Melbourne, this is a really good opportunity to do that. It also gives me an opportunity to actually talk to you guys, you know, to discuss the topic of the day. You know, it's just like you being there, you know. So we're driving, and you know, the cameras, you can see ahead of you, and then we're having a bit of a discussion. So like I said, so no, I'm really happy with this camera. Just the battery issue, not just with this camera, but generally I heard that with action cameras, battery life's only about an hour and a half. But like I said, I've got a few little strategies for this. Number one, fully charge it before I go. So that's issue number one, or you know, whatever, solution number one. Number two, I've actually got a USB, which most cars have these days. They've got a USB port in the actual car, so I use that to charge up. So when I was recording today's drive, I was actually charging it using the external charge, which means that we weren't really wasting battery power on that. And the third one is, which I only knew, you know, this just shows you how old school I am. You might think, oh, maybe old school, maybe just dumb. I'm not, I'm old school. A power bank. Now, for all of you who are like old school as I am, you might be thinking, well, what the hell's a power bank? Hang on. You know, we've heard of the normal bank, the sperm bank, the blood bank. Power bank? Yeah, power bank. What it is, it's actually, Suki gave it to me. You probably know now, you're probably bored of hearing about Suki, but she's my guest from overseas who was staying with me for a while. So yeah, she knew how frustrated I was with these camera issues, so she gave me a little present, which is a power bank. It's effectively like a mobile phone. It's a mobile phone shape, so let's call it a brick or rectangular, whatever you want to call it, but it's kind of like a mobile phone shape. And it's actually a battery, like it's a big battery, which you charge up at home. For all you you know, electronics guys, it's 10,000 amp or something like that, mAh or something, mega amps, whatever it is. But you know what I mean. Look, just for all you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, look, just think of the number 10,000, right? And the battery in my in this camera is 950 mAh or whatever it is, amps, whatever you call it. Just anyway, 950, right? And that one is 10,000. So what that means is that I can actually charge my camera 10 times using that. So that's another strategy that I've got, that I can, whenever I have this camera in the pouch, I will have it connected to the power bank, so it's actually charging while I'm not using it. So as I'm getting more experience filming, as I'm getting more experience in doing all this stuff, as I'm experimenting, and hopefully as more and more movies come up and I get more feedback, I'll be able to make improvements. Like I said, look, I'm really keen on detecting. The only thing I'm an expert on is well, I'm not going to say making money, but businesses. I'm a business consultant, right? That's my specialty. So pretty much anything involving with that I know about. But when it comes to detecting, yeah, look, I'm still learning. I've been doing it for over a year. You know, I've got clues. You know, I'm pretty good at it, I think, but I'm certainly no expert. But when it comes to electronics and cameras and, oh, God forbid, filming or anything like that, yeah, nah, definitely learning. So if you guys need help with business, talk to me. But I do need help with electronics and gadgets and stuff like that. So yeah, so please let me talk to you. Okay. So that's the wrap up for the moment. Once I get back home, I'll just do a wrap up with all the other stuff that I've got. There's a fair bit of stuff. I can't even remember what I've got. I know I've got a lot of dirty 10 and 20 cent pieces. There's a few dollars in there as well, but there's just so much of it that I just keep putting in the pouch and I just don't know exactly what I've got. But sorry, I'll probably hang around here for a little bit longer, maybe get two or three more finds and then go home. I just picked this up just over here in the dirt. You may not see, but anyway, very shallow, another dirty 10 cent piece. So yes, I'll keep that. I've got a signal of 83 here. That hopefully may be $2. It should be nice and shallow as well. So I'm just, yeah, so a few little shallow things. But as I said, because this is so close to a nightclub, it may also be bottle top. Although I do have discrimination in the detector, which works actually very well. But what sometimes happens is when it's really old bottle top, it's obviously has a different maybe composition of materials in there. The discrimination may not always pick it up. Same with those really old school pull tabs, like I'm talking about really old ones. Normally they come up as, pull tabs on the Garrett come up as 76, but sometimes the really old ones, they come up as you know, in the 80s even, with no discrimination. So probably use a different material in those days, you know, when everything was cheaper. They probably weren't. Oh god, this is becoming a mess. So I shouldn't have actually done a live dig here, to be honest, because it's getting messy. It's taken a while. You're probably not seeing much here, but I just thought it was nice and shallow. But it's actually a bit of a pain in the ass, and it may not even be $1. Let's have a look. We're pulling everything out now. Rocks, everything. Sorry about this. Yeah, look, I'm going to turn the camera off because this is not working out properly. There's your hole, by the way. It's in there. It's meant to be really shallow, but it's not. And this is getting very messy. So once I pop out whatever it is, I'll get back to it. Well, we are going to be finishing on a high. That looks to me like a half penny. It was 91, which normally 91 I think is 2 cents. 86 is 1 cent, 91 is 2 cents. Very incredibly shallow, like there. I wasn't even going to film it. I'll just show you where it was. It was just there, right? Look at, as you can see, hardly any dirt dug out. So I wasn't going to film it because I thought, oh, I'm not going to waste your time, you know, for 2 cents again. But there it is. By the way, I also found $2 and 5 cents just before, as well as, you know, pull tabs. Oh yeah, and that what I thought was $1 was actually a can, which is why the signal seemed to be shallow, but it was actually very deep because it was a very large object. So yeah, so that's it. So there you go. Traffic, well, yeah, it's starting to get pretty hectic now. There we go. So look, that is it. Time to head home, but it's not over yet because I will actually oh, BMW Melbourne. That's where all the brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, mums and dads of Muscles are. They're just over there. So Muscles feels right at home here, across the road from BMW Melbourne. But anyway, that's another topic. So yeah, so I'll just have one more little, hang on, I'll just chuck those things here. this was an amazing find. Oh, this park has got everything. Other than that, look, not much activity. Like I said, I've dug this place out before, so there are only crumbs left, really. Yeah, so look, I'll turn the camera off now, and time to head home. So, see you soon. Well, we're back, and it's all quiet upstairs, but I tell you what a night. It's been quite a night. It started off what I thought was masturbation, which then flowed through to my frustration. But then once I went outside to check the weather, and I heard this bang, slap, what I'm assuming to be right on the backside, well, that turned to admiration, and finally, bingo, exultation. Absolutely great night, not just for me, but it seems the bloke upstairs as well, so good on him. He's the one that got me out. I had no plans, really, as you know. I had no plans in particular today. I was thinking, tossing up whether to get something to eat or not, and then once I heard that slap across the backside, I thought, yep, time to go. So off I went, look, I stopped over at the park, and then one thing led to another. Here we go. Quite a lot of things here. 5-cent piece. A lot of it just old and cruddy. As I said, I've checked that park out many times. At no time have I done it. Have I checked that park out? Have I dug that park up in great detail? Normally I'm only there. I do section by section, maybe 15 minutes, half an hour. That park is a little bit of a stopover for me as I go to other locations, and I only do that park whenever I go to Hungry Jack's, which is around the corner. But today, look, I just did a new section which I hadn't done before around the garden there, and I was just pulling out all sorts of cash. Cruddy 20-cent pieces, here they are. Cruddy 10-cent pieces, here they are. These were obviously there. I found a few, $2 and $1 coins, so that's really cool. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's $10 there. 10.40, 10.50, 60, 70, 80. $10.80, $10.85, and 4 2-cent pieces. So that's more than paid for my food. Two really nice. I have to clean. Give these a bit of a clean, but they're actually in very good condition. These 2-cent pieces. This is a find. Right at the end there, it's a half penny. I gave it just a little bit of a clean. It's not toasted at all. It's just in bad condition. But it is a 1943 half penny, so you won't be able to see it very well, but anyway, it's King George VI on the back, 1943 on the front. So there it is. That's why I said it finished up with exultation, because I'm actually very happy with this. A lot of action. Well, I'm not just talking about action upstairs, but also in the park there. Plenty of signals, plenty of fines, a bit of rubbish there as well, mind you, but like I said, didn't have a boring minute at all. A lot of these fines were very easy, very shallow. This was incredibly shallow. I didn't even bother taping. I just thought, look, it's probably another 2-cent piece. It was a 91. It was it showed me on the Garrett 400 eye that I have, it showed me that it's within 5 centimeters. Yeah, look, it was actually about 2 centimeters underneath, a couple of scrapes, and there it was. I'm thinking, oh wow, so that's it, and the key. So look, that is it. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic night. So thanks to the guy upstairs, good job. Whether his girlfriend thinks he did a good job or not, I certainly do. So great, great.